What did you spray me with, bro?
I didn't spray you with nothing.
Yes, you did. What's the charge?
I already told you.
What's the charge?
I already told you. I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy.
Why you can't tell me what I'm charged with?
I already told you.
I find no rational trier of fact could find the essential elements of assault and battery police officer beyond a reasonable doubt.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. On April 25th of 2020, Officer Scott Roby and Frank Woods pulled over a vehicle for an improper turn. The driver only had a learner's permit and was being instructed by a passenger, despite her status. The officer cited her for a marked lane citation.
What you're cited for is the marked lane violation, because you were in the right-hand lane and you going left. And that lane is a bike lane. It's not supposed to be driving. See right here? See how they have it marked off?
In that footage, you can also see John from the Resistance YouTube channel filming the incident from the sidewalk. John keeps his distance and remains quiet until the traffic stop is completed.
And that would have went on your license, okay?
Huh?
That would have went on your license for the citation.
You done here, officer? Are you done?
The officer is done, but ignores John as he leaves. But before we continue, the other day I shared just how expensive body cam footage can get. In that video, I spent $200 for the records and they blurred everything. So to help soothe the pain associated with having to pay so much, I've had to think outside the box. YouGov has been an excellent sponsor to the channel over the years, and I use them because they're a free and easy way to earn cash and gift cards, just for sharing my opinion. The side hustle is easy. As a member, you earn points for giving your opinions by completing short surveys and polls. I usually do them while waiting for a video to render or upload to YouTube. They're easy and the topics are interesting. So click my link in the description and pinned comment to take surveys and earn cash on YouGov. And now, back to the video. With both officers now leaving, John approaches the student driver to speak with them.
Was he talking that nicely to y'all before I pulled up?
No, not really.
Not really, right? Yeah, I know this dude. He's an asshole. This was for y'all safety. I pulled up too late. But y'all check me out on YouTube.
Partner, step out of the street.
Boston audits the resistance.
Step out of the street.
I'm not obstructing traffic.
Step out of the street.
I'm not obstructing
Step
traffic.
out of the street.
I'm not obstructing traffic. How you
Step
gonna
out of
lock
the
me up?
street.
See this tyranny, y'all? See this tyranny? Name the badge. Name the badge, officer.
Go ahead.
Section, chapter 48, section 98D. Name the badge. You are required. You are required.
I'm not gonna tell
you are
you again,
required.
right? Let me see your hand.
After being told not to step in the street, John was attempting to obtain the officer's identifying details.
Name the badge, officer.
But instead of complying with department policy, Officer Roby decided to bring his department to shame by ignoring John again, the equivalent of the disrespect a middle finger offers. As John follows parallel to the disrespectful officer, he steps into a parking spot, nearly 10 feet from the lanes of travel which were being obstructed by the two emergency vehicles on scene. Officer Roby decided that that single step into a parking spot was enough to execute an arrest. The lawsuit claims that the officer now grabs his wrists, twists them behind his back, and pushes him against a clothing bin as they cuff him.
Bro, what you spray me with? What did you spray me with, bro?
I didn't spray you with nothing.
Yes, you did. Bro, I didn't even do anything. What are you locking me up for? What's the
I already
charge?
told you.
What's the charge?
I already told you.
What's the charge?
I already told you.
Can I get my camera off the ground, please?
After securing John in the cruiser, the officers request a supervisor to report a use of force, including the use of OC spray, for a man that stepped into a parking spot.
425. Can I get a supervisor up here?
We then find that the officer knows who John is by name.
Rolling?
Yeah.
Good. I am too. You good?
Yeah.
A little bit and
Yeah.
okay. Who's that?
I had a traffic stop. I had to lock up John, the video guy.
We're both on side.
Okay. And he started resisting, and I was cuffing him, and I had this spray in my hand, and it went off. It sprayed me in my eye.
Oh, no problem. Okay, I was on my phone. Yes, I didn't know why.
Yeah.
The supervisor offers medical attention to Officer Roby, but despite John asking for medical attention, he was refused multiple times throughout the night.
All right, do you want me to walk you back now to get the EMS there then?
Yeah.
This spot here? Huh? I'm gonna call him right here. You don't have to move.
No, we'll go back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll get his keys.
I don't think it got him. It just got me when I was cuffing him.
All right, let me just ask him. I know. Sure, were you hit by the spray at all?
Yeah,
I wasn't here. I'm just getting on the supervisor.
I need medical attention.
You'd figure at this point, they should hand off the detainee and their belongings to someone that was not involved in the incident. Instead, the same officer that attacked John and sprayed him in the face with a chemical agent for stepping off a curb now drives him alone to the local police department, all while refusing to tell him what he is being charged with, just to be a prick.
What's the charge?
All right, I told you.
What? You told me to get off the street. What's the charge?
Yep.
What's the charge? Why you can't tell me what I'm charged with?
All right, I told you.
No, you said you told me to get off the street.
It's on your camera.
You say what?
It's on your camera.
When they arrive at the jail, Officer Roby removes John from the vehicle and started to grab his phone from his hands.
Yo, what are you doing, bro? Why are you grabbing my shit like that, man? Why are you grabbing me like that?
Release the camera.
Help me! Help me! Dude, help me!
The lawsuit claims that John feared that the officer was trying to delete footage of the arrest and caused a scene to draw more officers to the area. In response, the officer then pulled John's hood over his head, blocking his sight and airway. He then bends John over and rams him headfirst into a hard surface. Once they get John into a cell, the other officers celebrate what they had just done to another man, all for stepping off of a curb into a parking space, guarded by 2 emergency vehicles.
I'm tired of that.
Oh, that's awesome. Tired of it. He's always doing stuff.
John then spent the next 34 hours in jail and was released on a $400 cash bail. They tried to prosecute him for 2.5 years until he was found not guilty of disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and assault and battery on a police officer.
After consideration of the evidence of count 1 in the light most favorable to the Commonwealth, no rational trier of fact could find the essential elements of disorderly conduct. I find no rational trier of fact could find the essential elements of assault and battery police officer beyond a reasonable doubt. Or the third count, which is resisting arrest. I find no rational trier of fact could find the essential elements of the crime beyond reasonable doubt. The defendant's motion for required finding of not guilty on all 3 counts is allowed.
Having entered that finding of not guilty, sir, you are hereby discharged.
John has now filed a lawsuit, naming Scott Roby and several unnamed officers that were involved. The lawsuit is currently in the discovery phase, so it could take years before John sees any justice for the attack of his person. All this for stepping into a parking spot. It is my opinion that only a weak, pathetic man with no moral compass would pretend to be a hero, just to use the power of the state to purposefully and methodically remove another man's freedom. Their hatred for the liberty that the US offers is palpable. If you'd like to see the full unedited versions of the videos used, including the entire hearing and arguments from the bench trial, be sure to use the links below to check out the Resistance's channel. Thanks for watching. If you have a video, use the submit link in the description or pinned comment. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe and hit the bell for future content, and check out our other channels, Lady Lackluster and The Odd Side. Remember to like, share, and leave a comment about what you think of this interaction. It's the easiest way for you to help expose corruption and misconduct. Merchandise is available using the links below. Join the LackLuster family for just $1 if you'd like to further support the channel. Get a Lack logo next to your name, custom emotes, and early access to videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. All links are down below.